Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Today's Friday, so those of you who are still doing the corporate thing, a lot of happy people out there today. Okay, I think there are a couple of very interesting things happening, and some of you have asked me some questions. I'm going to see if I can get to all of them as opposed to my usual long spiel. I will shorten it today. There are two major events in my mind. One of them is already, the pardon to all the January 6th insurrectionists. And because I mentioned it yesterday, I said our judiciary, they were not going to play the Trump game. I did not know why I said it when I said it. Yesterday, it was one judge who turned against Trump. Well, basically, the judge said he was not going to follow Trump edicts, And there is, as of last evening, there was another one. I don't know this morning if there is more. I wouldn't be surprised. Who are refusing to go along. They're following the Constitution, whatever the rules are. I don't know what the rules are. But there is something I read this morning that has to do with the one-eye guy. You guys know who I am talking about, the insurrectionist. I believe he's part of the 3%. I'm looking that way because I wanted to read the headline for you. It says, Judge slaps new restrictions on oath keepers after Trump commutation. This is a big deal. And according to reports, after the president pardoned you, there is some kind of something that the judges can do. I don't know exactly. I don't remember because I'm not a lawyer. I'd have to read it. I didn't read it. Somebody said it and it went, psh. But anyway, expect more of those things. I'm not going to stay very long on it. And I said something, I believe, when Trump decided to pardon these people, the first day it happened, I said a lot of them were going to get in trouble. It is happening. And I did not know how it was going to come about. And it's because of what we see unfolding now. Restrictions that are going to be put on them. And also the judges who presided over their trials are refusing to let them go without prejudice. It seems like the judges are waiting, or at least don't give him full pardon. I know a lot of you probably know a lot more about this, but the reason why I'm saying this is because I said it was they were not going to get off scot-free. They were going to get in trouble. There were more things to come. That's what is happening right now. And don't be surprised. Those guys think they're scot-free, or those who think they are scot-free, good luck. More problems down the road for them. That's what I feel is happening, because Trump, he's surrounded with some very bright people. The most gifted guy in the world, Elon Musk, he's all in, to do these things. But to go back to what I was saying, the pardoning these people will be a big problem. Obviously, they are hoping this is going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's going to get worse. That's my prediction. That's why I'm going through all that stuff. The next reference is this one. I was cracking up last night. One of my favorite women in the world. She's a kid. I don't mean that in a romantic way. Okay. But I like her. I love her so much I forget her name. Yes, I'm just kidding you guys. Cassidy Hutchinson. I cracked up last night. As I'm sure you guys have heard, they were after her, meaning, Republicans were after her to embarrass her, to humiliate her, and prosecute her if they could over Trump. And it blew up in their faces because they found out, some of them, who were sending sexual, some kind of something text to her, disrespecting the young woman. She's only how old? 26? And these guys are probably in their 50s. You know, it's, the thing is, Matt Gaetz, like somebody was saying yesterday, it's expected. I guess MTG was right when she went and almost lost her mind, started saying if they don't give Trump a pass, or if they didn't do something that Trump wanted them to do in Congress, she was going to put out all their secrets. My friends, don't be surprised. My prediction is a lot of people in Congress who have committed any type of discretions, it's going to come out. And the reason why, they are concerned about going after Cassidy Hutchinson, that's going to come out too. It's not going to be Cassidy's fault. Okay? And as I am saying this, I'm being shown other situations that Republicans are going to find themselves in, the way they've been defending Trump and what Trump, they forget that Trump lives in a glass house. And that's what I was saying yesterday when I said, I hope he goes after Biden and try to prosecute Biden, because Biden is ready. There are things that can be done to Trump. Only people like Biden or at his level, or the people who intelligence people. So there is going to be a major price among Republicans to pay about the way they go about hurting others, like they were trying to do with Cassidy Hutchinson. And you guys remember I told you a long time ago, 7 years ago, I said that when the day comes for some of those people in Congress to be primaried, they're going to use Trump as an albatross around the necks of those who are in Congress right now. And that's how I feel things are going to start changing on the Republican side. A bunch of new people are going to come in. A lot of them will lose. And I've said it before, I'm going to repeat. Right now, Trump may look like he's winning. But my friend, there's major panic behind the scenes. And you wouldn't believe this. Trump is looking over his shoulder. He's wondering when something is going to go wrong. He knows, but he's taking chances, hoping he'll get lucky, since so far he's been lucky. Okay? He's going to continue to push. But they are looking over their shoulders because he knows. And some people around him expect this to crumble. I know it doesn't look like that now. And it's going to crumble. The person who's still living, well, he's a drug addict, high on ketamine and whatever else he takes, is Elon. Him too. No one around Trump will escape what's coming. So, all their arrogance will come to a screeching halt. So hang in there. Exactly when, I'm not sure. And I don't know how many of you heard about the Hegseth situation. It's all out now. He paid somebody who accused them of rape. He paid her $50,000 not to talk. Let me tell you, like I've said, I said it last January, if I'm not mistaken. Trump is following the dictatorship principle. Regardless of who, unless Trump can find another loser like Hegseth to put at the Pentagon, no matter who is at the Pentagon, Trump is going to find a way to put Hegseth in the government. Right now, when I focus on him, that's what I am getting. He may change his mind. Somebody may convince him otherwise, because Hegseth is poison. I wish they would put him at the Pentagon, really. But right now, energetically, 99% of the Republican senators are against confirming him. But the problem is it's very difficult to know which one of them who will give him a pass, because they are terrified of Trump and MAGA. But that too will end. So it feels like to me, Hegseth is not 100%, but don't be surprised if he finds himself at the Pentagon no matter what. And yes, he will carry a lot of power because he's Trump's guy. Just like, I don't know how many of you remember, the last days of Trump and the way I believe it was Kash Patel. Yeah, he was at DOD. So just like Trump, well, there is something that's just starting to take shape in our government, reporting on others. Okay, they did the same thing in Haiti. Trump, even if he doesn't have his first choices at different departments, they're going to have, I'm hearing the réseau. It's like a bunch of people. I can't think of the right word right now. I'm getting it in French, but I can't think of it in English, but that's okay. I'll explain what I mean. He's going to have his spies, his network, the réseau being network, I'm sorry. His network of spies in place to report. And he's going to have people in the White House to go after and remove and do whatever is necessary to remove anyone who even mention anything against his policies. That's what they are setting up. They've thought about all those already. Okay? But that's what they are doing. So don't be surprised if Hegseth ends up in the Pentagon no matter what. Okay? Because Trump believes, and Hegseth will do it because they have the same thing, white supremacy. And by the way, I'm not the only one, but I'll go who's saying this. But since they believe in the same thing, they have the same goals. Elon, Trump, Hegseth, Stephen Miller, that guy. I don't know why the guy who's in charge, potential. Well, I'm sure he's going to get the job. Who's going to be a director of OMB? Okay. Every time I see this guy, I think of the people around Hitler. But I'll talk about that in a few minutes, about the plans. That's why I said Trump and Republicans' plan for us. But yes, those guys, they have their plans already on how to go about inserting the spies, that network that I told you about, to report and do what they want to do. But they're not going to have free hands. I don't know how many of you, I'm sure you guys heard the way they were going about trying to destroy the VA, and people started screaming and they backed off. They're not completely, but they backed off to a degree. I heard it on Rachel Maddow last night. Okay, so there is a lot going on, my friends. Our country is heading, I'm sure you know already, but the worst part is to sow distrust among Americans. And this is really the worst part. Now, before I go too long, there is something that's very scary to me personally, and I don't think I've ever really explained or admit to all of you. It's really scary to me. And it started in Texas. The lieutenant governor of Texas, during COVID, okay, the way he was saying, well, if you are beyond a certain age, you've lived long enough, so if you die, you should volunteer to die. And if you look at what DeSantis has done in Florida, he installed that ignorant African guy. Okay, supposedly he calls himself a physician. Yeah, some of those African guys, I don't know. I'm of African descent too, so I can criticize them, and I'll call them stupid when I see them. I'm going to call them out. But anyway, what they are doing is, it feels like to me, I don't know if this is on paper to the point where we can find out one day, but I think it will come out. The way vote, I don't know how many of you saw the way the Tim Kaine is the one that's really made it clear to me that I was right. I saw another part of it this morning. It feels like to me they have a plan, and the plan is all those things that they are trying to do: eliminate the VA, discouraging everything that has to do with telling us health risk, food risk, what's been contaminated, all that stuff. Elon, that guy Vought, and Stephen Miller are taking part. I mean, there are other people behind the scenes that I don't know them. Okay? The plan is, if you survive, survival of the fittest, survival of the fittest. If you die, just like during COVID, okay, it was intentional on the Trump's part and the guy who married Trump's daughter. Okay, there is the same thing they are trying to do now. If they get away with taking away food and Medicare, Medicaid from some of us, among a whole slew of other initiatives Trump is putting in place, and Elon is all in. Guys, I'm not saying this because I hate Elon. I think this guy is evil, and I don't understand why he's in the White House. I'm just being honest with you. Elon, I usually admire like Gates. I've known of Gates a long time. I don't have anything against anyone, even Bezos. When somebody is succeeding, it makes me feel good. That means I can do it too. I can succeed too. So I try to learn how to do it, and I'll try to do it myself. So I have nothing against anyone who's successful. But Elon, from day one I heard about him, I couldn't stand him. There's nothing good there. And let me tell you, he is in with Ford to kill or allow people to die. And intuitively, that's what I feel. And I would not be surprised if it comes out, because there are a lot of people who are listening. I know, as I'm saying this, I'm being shown that woman wild. She's wilding in the White House. It's like she has a cordon around whenever they meet or whenever there are certain things they don't want people to know. But people talk. And some of the stuff that are being talked about are shocking to the conscience or even some of the people who are taking part in it. It's going to come out. But the goal is survival of the fittest. They feel there are too many veterans. That's why they started with the veterans, or at least among their first victims. Veterans, I'm sure you guys heard, they demand too much. Are you kidding me? They deserve everything we can give them. But Elon and Trump, it's a resentment issue. He wasn't brave enough to go and join the military. He's a prince, and now he thinks he's king. The thing is, according to Elon, because he's used to abusing people, just like he treated people on X, he's trying to do the same thing to the country. Let them die. We spend less money, more money for me. That's his attitude. That's what I get when I focus on Elon and the plans that they have. Let people die. The more the merrier. Thank you very much, Music and Diana, for rejoining. I appreciate it. You picked up on Elon very long time ago. Yes. Yeah, I picked up on Elon the day I found out about Tesla. And that was early 2000 or mid 2000. I don't remember exactly. But whenever I think of him, that's where my mind goes. But anyway, I wanted to make sure I let you guys know why I don't like him. And these days, some of those initiatives that can really hurt all of us. He is part of it. There are others, but he's not afraid. Just like when he gave the Nazi salute the other day, it was intentional. That was his way. I'm rich. You can't touch me. And now I'm part of the government. I have Secret Service. I have military protection. You really can't do anything to me, so I'm going to do my salute. Yeah. And if you don't like it, too bad. That's Elon's state of mind. And believe me, he'll be stopped. And like I said before, no one is going to save us. It's going to take the American people to stop this train wreck. And it's coming. Democrats are going to put up a fight when they're in the minority. But a lot of damage is going to be done. A lot of people are going to get hurt because they are trying to do so much. Every day you hear someone explain when they explain to you what they are doing. I have not heard anyone say what I am saying. But the way I am getting it, it's frightening where they want to take this country. And some people, when I've not heard people talk about what I said, I don't know about other psychics. I don't watch other channels. Okay? And it's not because I don't want to, I don't have the time. I have my hands full with this. But I listen sometimes, not sometimes, every day I watch a couple of other videos because I don't watch enough MSNBC and CNN. I don't want to watch them. But the thing is, that will come out. These people are up to no good. And David K. Johnson, this morning I saw him on TV. Not on TV. There is a video of him. I was watching it earlier today. He said he's saying things similar. Not about killing people, but Trump's goals, racism, white supremacy. That's where he's heading, and I've said that before. But my friends, stay tuned. There are some very cynical thoughts going on in our White House. We will find out. I am confident what I'm saying to you today. We will be reading about it in the not too distant future. Because there are a lot of people, good people, who join this administration because, they're Republicans and there's nothing wrong with that. And then they find themselves, this is not what I signed up for. But some of them are staying because they want to be able to report. Just like Cassidy Hutchinson. I don't think that's why she stayed. But thank God she told us what was going on. But don't be surprised if they continue going after her either. In different ways. But she will come out victorious because she will get through this. They won't. That's my prediction. And Elon and everyone else, the consequences will come. Elon will lose 90% of his wealth, if not more. I know it's, 250 billion, they still have a lot of money. But the shame that's going to come with it, it's going to be ostracized. Yeah. Because some of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, we will find out. It's not going to be pleasant. That's my prediction. A lot of you asked questions. I said I was going to answer them. Let me make sure, because I have a lot more to talk about. But, oh, yes. I'm sure all of you have heard of Paul Krugman. He said there is a blurb somewhere that says Paul Krugman has written a characteristic blunt analysis of the Trump administration's public health policies, which he has described as Donald Trump want you to die. And when I read that, okay, it reminded me of things that I've said before. I remembered where I was the first time I think I said something like that. I was in my apartment, and I was streaming in my apartment in New Jersey. And I was talking about the Texas Lieutenant Governor. And I was saying to you what Krugman said. He's right. He said he doesn't know. But based on his readings of information that's coming out, that's what they want. And he's right. He's simply confirming what I have been saying to all of you. And, did you guys hear? I'm glad I looked, because I'm so focused on a couple of the things that I've spoken about. Oh my God. I lost track. But did you hear about they basically remove Jim Acosta from his time slot of, I believe 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock. No, 10 o'clock, I believe, in the morning. They removed him because he confronted a Republican congressman. I don't remember his name, some dope from Mississippi or something like that. I'm sorry, Mississippian, but just like Texas, a lot of them, just like some Americans voted in to put Trump in the White House. They're doing the same thing, but it seems like over and over and over again in Mississippi, sending people that don't represent them well. But because Acosta did what journalists do, had his feet to the fire, and the powers that be at CNN didn't like it. They decided to remove him from his slot, but Acosta will be fine. I would be surprised if he stays at CNN, because right now he may be going through a challenging, that's my prediction, a challenging cycle. He will get out of it. He will do better than he is doing today. That's my prediction. And also, like I've told you before, I'm sure you guys have heard that Musk criticized Trump. Trump is lying, the usual stuff that Trump does, about $500 billion for AI or something. And Elon basically went out and said that's not true. Or they don't have the money. So I remember something like that. You guys remember I told you people behind the scenes and Trump in a circle, they don't like Musk. It's worse now. It feels like to me the forks are out to get rid of him. It's a matter of convincing Trump. But because Musk has a lot of money, and somebody said something very interesting this morning, Trump is using him. It's like a weapon. Trump is cheap. He never have enough money. But Elon has other goals. He won't mind spending the money to primary some people, like Republican in Congress have said. He can't primary all of them. But Trump is using that. That's what somebody said this morning, and that's true. It made sense. That's why, and I told you, I wasn't sure if I was clear on exactly, I think I said Trump is tolerating him for two reasons. He went out of his way, and the way he almost $500 million, okay? And also, that's his private weapon. He threatens people, and that's what Trump believes in. That's why Trump is going to tolerate him. That's why somebody repeated this morning, similar to what I said. But this is going to go sideways. It doesn't matter what happens. Trump will just explode one day because, they deserve one another. But it's coming. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. The next thing is, and today is Friday. I usually, although I don't do it all the time, I always said whatever questions you guys have, I will answer them. I don't know how many of you have heard of Representative Ogle. I don't remember exactly where he's from. Joel Tison says Acosta replacing retiring Wolf Blitzer in the future. I doubt it. It's possible because I feel he's going to do. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go to one of the network. I don't know which one, but Acosta is what he did yesterday or the day before yesterday. I can see the face of that congressman. I just don't remember his name right now. He's from either Mississippi or Tennessee. It's one of the two. I forget his name, but anyway, he held that guy's feet to the fire. But I would be surprised. I don't see him having financial issues. I feel he'll find another job. There is that he's a journalist. He was at an MSNBC. He got fired or something, maybe for something similar to this. He is of Arab descent, but from England. If you guys know who I am talking about, that was the similar style Acosta used to interview that Republican congressman, and the big guy at CNN didn't like it. That's why they're doing that. But it's possible because Acosta is qualified. The guy did an amazing job. Okay, but I wanted to mention that. Oops. And somebody's asking about, I can't answer for what other psychics are saying, but someone is asking about when all money goes electronic, will the U.S. government allow anyone who has cash on hand? I don't know where people are getting those. The person I feel that would try to do something like that, and this is probably related to crypto and all that kind of stuff, my friends, I don't see crypto. Crypto will continue to be the way the grifters steal money from people. That's crypto to me. That's all it is. Being manipulated. There is no value behind it. Okay. The notion that government is going to, won't allow people to have cash on hand is not true. I have no idea what these people are talking about, but intuitively, no. They are supposedly trying to round up immigrants right now. They're going out and arresting people. Okay, they've done it, and one example is in Newark, and they swept up a vet. And we're dealing with human beings. These guys get carried away. Some of them have their own psychological traumas, and they don't mind abusing others. They mistreated or they said, they basically taught the veteran, the person they arrested, was faking it. He had fake papers, and they treated him like garbage. It happened to me. Expect those stories. That's what's going to kill. this whole activity, because they're going to do egregious things to Americans, and people are not going to stand for it because it can happen to any of us. And also, another example, I was watching a video on YouTube the other day. Someone of Hispanic descent who's been in this country for 40 years, he owns a lawn company, okay, and they stopped him and they arrested him. The guy is an American citizen, but they arrested him anyway. Yeah, this is what's going to kill, and that's what they used to do this before. And today, you can't control the news or videos. In the 1970s, it wasn't like today. You could do certain things in the dark. But that's what was happening. That's why they changed the whole system. But Trump, he wants to take us back. Yeah, watch what happens. That's all those things. You know, little by little, you're going to see little cracks on the Trump administration. The way his approach to hurting people, we don't care. Let them die. Let them starve. Let them, let's abuse them. That's the Trump mantra. That's the Trump approach to doing things. And that's what's going to crash this whole thing. And it's not going to take very long, because people in Jersey and other veterans are open armed, because they can be swept into this thing too. It's going to be on the newspaper. It's going to be on TV. Videos are going to be made. But the dum-dums who surround Trump, they're so focused on their hatred. Good luck. Get your popcorns ready, my friends. Okay. Let me see if there are questions here, because there are some more. I know a lot of people. EVN says, I know there are a lot of people that talk about President Biden. I know they wish Biden was still president. Oh, me too. And somebody said yesterday, some people still believe that Kamala Harris was going to become president again. That's never going to happen. Not for the next 4 years, my friends. So anybody who's telling you this, they're lying to you. I'm sorry. I wish that was true. Even if Trump is impeached, and by the way, there is, it's in the wishful thinking mode right now. But the reason why I'm looking this way is because I made sure I kept the tab open. It says Donald Trump impeachment efforts ramp up. It's a beginning. I'm not saying he's going to be impeached within the next 2 years, because the next Congress is 2 years from now, in 28. Okay? But remember, I told you, Republicans are just waiting for that whatever number, 20s, teens, to go after him. Yeah. Because then they're going to view him as a liability to them, and they don't like him anyway. Most of them don't like him. They'll take him down. That's my prediction. Okay, let's see. Trump speaking today about, oh yes, James and Q is, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your last name, James Senki. Trump's talking today about eliminating FEMA. Yes, this is totally inappropriate. Somehow he's twisted that emergency management with politics, which it is not. So how are they going to fix that? If Trump is telling a whole bunch of stories, yes, Trump is in the process of dismantling the government. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to make promises. He's going to do these things. And believe me, and I said this before, they were going to cause damages. And let him do it, because what's going to happen is, or at least start, like NIH and all those things. Okay, the best example is what I just told you about the way they are arresting vets. Some people, Americans that are going to get caught in those immigration sweeps, they're going to be victims. And the same thing with FEMA. He wants to do the states right now, instead of having FEMA, the states to take care of their own whatever. And what's going to happen to the red states? It depends on the blue states for money to contribute enough money to the federal government so they can get help. How are they going to do that? They're not thinking. They have no idea. Like I said yesterday, that Trump is a dumb realtor. I'm sorry. Okay? He thinks, you take the house down and you put another one in there and everything will be fine. Good luck. This is nothing against architects and builders and stuff like that. I'm talking about idiots like Trump. Okay? They don't think. It's all going to come back to bite. But right now, like I told you, I hope he does it. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of us, it may be me, I hope not. I'm paying attention to my dream to see if anything bad is coming for me. But if that's the way I'm supposed to go, I'll go. I have no choice. I don't want to go. I don't want anybody to think I'm wishing that on myself. But I have no choice on when that's going to happen. But so far, all of us know when we're going to go. We just don't, we may not understand the vision or the dream that we have. But we know. But I'm watching. I haven't seen anything bad yet. But the thing is, they are going to be victims of Trump shenanigans. And that too will contribute to his downfall. This is going to get really bad. So yes, he will try to decimate FEMA, and that's the plan that he has with RFK. I wonder where RFK is going to go when this is over. But yes, James, we are in trouble, but hang on tight. Okay. Joel Tison says, what will happen with the release of JFK and RFK records? I don't know what that means, but we're going to get to see them. I don't think anything is going to happen. For some reason, I don't feel there is very much in those records that we don't already at least have an idea about. But we'll get to see them. If that's the question, I'm sorry if I don't, if I'm misunderstanding the question. Okay. Diana says, will those people who work in the department he's dismantling help with the uprising, i.e. whistleblowers? Absolutely coming out. Oh, yes. There's a lot. We have a ton of whistleblowers because these people's lives are being affected. It's a lot of people. And Elon decided he wants more money from their, that he's a welfare queen, but no, he's, to a lot of people who follow him, he's God's gift to humanity. He's a scientist. He knows everything. This dummy can't even write a line of code without asking somebody, is this right? He had even playing games. Okay, he had to lie. He had to hire people to help him and pretend it's him until he got caught. Incompetent dummy. He just lucky. He's just lucky at making money. That's all. Okay, but it's going to come back to bite. Hang on there, my friends. Yeah, a lot of people behind the scenes will report. Okay, they have no choice. And that's the only way we're going to save our country, by people stepping up and report. And it's from the White House to every place else. Yes. Okay. Lena Lovell says, I feel bad for the federal employees. You're not the only one, but a lot of them. There are going to be some pretty brave people coming out and do some pretty brave things, Brielle says it's heartbreaking. It feelings like Trump is trying to disband the actual NPS. I don't know what that is. And I hope I'm being emotional, but so many of us scared we won't have our summer jobs. If it's anything that receives funding from the feds, I don't know what NPS is, but my friends, don't put your hopes high. Elon, you guys should have. If you go on I believe it was on Midas Touch. They played Tim Kaine during Vought, that guy who's in charge of OMB. When Tim Kaine was questioning him during his hearing, this guy wants retirees to get out of retirement and work to earn like me, I'd have to earn, well, I'm not retired, I'm working, I have my own stuff, but he wants retirees to get out of retirement and be productive. He doesn't want to give money for kids' lunches, a whole slew of things, anything that has to do with money. Vought doesn't want, he wants people to go out and earn it. And that's what I'm telling you. Every time I see him, he reminds me of the Gestapo. Okay. And for the foreseeable future, people like him will have the upper hand in the White House, because hurting people is the goal for now, until they can't do it anymore. And that day is coming sooner than later. Okay, so I don't know what NPS is, but yeah, I don't know. That guy, the last time I heard he was in the White House, they won't have to cancel it. They just don't, he doesn't release the funding. There's nothing people can do. Yeah. Oh, National Park Service. Thank you. I was scrolling up and I just happened to see it. Yes. Oh, yeah. Him and Elon, they have that in common. Okay. Abuse people, hurt people. I wonder how many, animals he killed. That guy Vought when he was younger. He's ugly and stupid. I know somebody think he's smart. I don't think he's very smart, because if you're very smart, there are certain things you don't do because they're going to come back to bite you in the butt. It's a matter of time. So to me, these people are not very bright at all, because I can tell you exactly it's coming. It's going to bounce back. Yeah. So, yeah, they understand how things work. That's about it. And they can use it to hurt others, just like they used to kill animals when they were younger. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking. Joel, this is Midas. Acosta should join Midas Touch. I wouldn't be surprised. Don Lemon is doing very well. He has his own thing. I don't know exactly, but he's on YouTube, and it seems like he's getting a lot of views. He's an independent guy now. Okay. Estella W. says, yes, America has had concentration camps, slave plantations, absolutely, Indian reservations, and Japanese internment camp. Well, if they're starting with immigrants, and let me tell you, it's if it doesn't stop, I am glad when I heard the gentleman I mentioned earlier, his name escaped me right now, who was K, Mr. K, the teacher. He is who said Trump and Elon wants to bring back white supremacy and the whole thing. I'm glad, when somebody like him said things like that, it makes, because sometimes when I say things, I'm like, oh my God, should I have said this, how am I going to act? Because I can't prove what I'm getting and what I'm saying. But when people like him, who's well connected, come to the same conclusion, it makes me feel good. So some of the stuff that I've told you, yeah, they're going to come about. The camp they're only starting with immigrants. It's going to end if they were to last that long. My friends, it's not going to happen. Believe me, a civil war would definitely break out in this country if Trump was to even mention that. But yes, Stephen Miller and Elon Musk would not mind having a camp for anyone who's different from them. Okay? That's how sick those guys are. That guy fought too. Bigot, racist, yeah. Okay, so, but they're starting with immigrants because Trump is following the Orban method of becoming a dictator. And believe me, to a degree, Trump is succeeding. This is America, he forgot. But it's not only him. Him and his enablers are succeeding to a degree. Okay, but it will be stopped. All right, friends. Oh my God, I didn't realize. Thank you everyone for coming and spending time with me. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I just got carried away. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmedia.com, or please feel free to call me up or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Thank you, everyone. I will see you. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I will be here in the evening on my other channel. So I do short readings on Saturdays. Those of you who don't know, or if you are new to the channel, thank you, everyone. I will see you all. Well, those of you who usually come to my Saturday evening chat, I'll see you there. Till then, and members, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.